All right, everyone, and welcome back to Daily Update on my 1000 Days Challenge. This is day 300. So it's really fast how time has flies. So this is almost one third into the way through. I would say obviously 333 days would be the half, one third of it. So as you can see in terms of equity balance, well, I'm still dropped another 100 from yesterday itself, from the previous day. So simply because experimental trade, well, I've still been taking a couple of trades and two of it close in terms of losses and one of it in terms of profit. So later I'll update this and you will see in terms of a slight difference in that perspective. Otherwise, no major change in terms of my main trading account setup. So right now we're actually below the 200 simple moving average on the daily chart. So I'm actually not taking any of the trade in terms of my main trading account setup itself. Otherwise, if you look in terms of the general market consensus is that on the US market, things still looks to be a little bit bullish in that sense, and that the bounce remains to be relatively strong. Although I'm not sure whether we're going to open towards the downside today, simply because this looks a very strong bullish momentum itself. But of course, over here, we could nicely consolidate just as well. No major shift in terms of momentum. On the case for Nasdaq itself, similarly, we could face some resistance right over here at this 14,000 region or 13,800 to 14,000 region itself. So there's another key resistance to look at. In terms of ASHR itself, things looks to be great. We've actually break out and maintain above there. So definitely things looks to be great and we could have further momentum or even some small little pullback and retracement would still be fine as long as it's not a major pullback in that perspective. And next up on KYSL, like what I mentioned, as long as you remain near this 20 exponential moving average, I'm tentatively still bullish. But if it starts to crawl near this horizontal resistance or support itself, then I would say I lean towards the further bearish momentum itself. So hopefully we can break 20 exponential moving average in this coming week itself, which is either today or tomorrow. Because if that does not take place, you'll be consolidating a little bit too much over here, and I'll be a little bit leaning towards the bearish side of things. And finally, for Bitcoin itself, so even though tentatively we have reached the key resistance yesterday here at the 200 simple moving average, especially when it sloped upwards, I tentatively still leans towards the bullish side of things simply because we're still sloping upwards. And I would say overall, we could still break towards upside, although short-term momentum, while we could face certain sell pressure in that sense, especially you can see once it touches the 200 simple moving average. So moving on onto this itself on a forward chart, what you do see is that we are maintaining relative good support at least 50 simple moving average and 20 exponential moving average on the 4-hourly chart. So even though we are somewhat still potentially making a lower high, but the key thing is we have made higher low in this perspective. So if we can consolidate nicely over here, you'll form a very nice potential breakout, in which case we could retest this 45K mark, which in my opinion will be a great place to look into. So on the other hand, like what I mentioned, because I'm not a mean reverting kind of a trader itself, so I'm not taking this potential trade setup even if it does happen. And for me, I'm a trend follower. So right now, in terms of fall-wise, I don't see any clear trend in place, as the price is clearly very much below this 200 simple moving average. So I'm stepping away in terms of the price action-wise. But of course, if you're a mean reverting trader or if a range bound trader, then yeah, you could. So I'm exploring into those various kind of techniques in terms of trading as well. But as of now, I'm still not ready to trade it yet. So I'll still leave it as it is. So with that said, I've come to the end of today and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.